I feel like we've been waiting for this for a long time, but it's finally happening. The Dallas Cowboys will be cutting Ezekiel Elliott this afternoon. He's going to be leaving a 28% opportunity share and a 50% share of the rushing attempts, along with a 5% target share. So there's going to be a lot of meat on the bone for the rest of the rushing attack to chew on. Tony Pollard's also going to see a big bump in value. We've been seeing it on Twitter already. It's Tony Pollard go Burr, Bijan. Tony Pollard last year had a 26% opportunity share. Naturally, that should increase as long as he's healthy because he's a good player. He pops on tape. No one's going to really argue against that. And when more opportunity comes your way, then the good player is going to get more touches. That's just how that works. Malik Davis is on the depth chart. He's Malik Davis, though. Player you don't want to count on, but people are going to rush to the waivers, or they already have him stashed in Dynasty, waiting for this moment. Cowboys are still kind of snug up against the cap still, even though they've been making some moves. They're still a little bit tight, so making a big splash in free agency really shouldn't be their thing. They might bring in a cheap veteran down the line somewhere, but the draft might be where they hone things in. They have some picks. A lot of people are talking about Bijan Robinson, but he's going to have to fall to them to a point to where they can trade up, and it makes sense, or completely to them, which is highly unlikely. But with this draft being deep at running back, they may go one or two running backs, maybe later round, mid-round. We don't know, but it's a high probability, and we have to really watch the tea leaves here. Brian Schottenheimer, the offensive coordinator, is, per today's terms, more run-heavy compared to most other offensive coordinators, so that's something to look at. He only has one season with a 60% pass rate or higher, and that was in 2021 with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Remember the Urban Meyer era? And then thinking about that, even in a neutral game script, he still managed to have a 43% pass rate. So he did not want to throw the ball then. It was just game script forcing him to do so. So he's going to want running backs. He's going to want to run the ball. He's going to want to be loaded at the position. This is a good draft to do so. I'm looking for Dallas to draft some running backs. I'm looking for them to bring some running backs in on the cheap. I'm looking for them to make some upgrades to really get this depth chart in line for that. Also, Tony Pollard's on the tag. The future might not be as clear as what we think here for him as well with the team. He's also come back from an injury, so they're really going to need that insurance for both reasons. So they're going to have to get some running backs in here. Might be a veteran, might be a draft pick, could be 2 draft picks. There have been times in history where they have drafted multiple running backs. It's been a bit ago, but it has happened. But I think we're looking at this as a big landing spot for this NFL draft class. When it comes to Tony Pollard, it's the same thing as I always say about these players who have a swinging value. You want to kick the tires, and that's either if you want to buy or sell. And you want to say buy, his price just went up. But sometimes in these scenarios, in some leagues, they still go at a discount. They may go cheaper than expected. And the reason why, and it's just a philosophical thing I've came up with just from doing these shows, from trying to analyze these trades, is he's got hot on the market, and the guy who has him on his team is like, well, I can finally deal him, and I'm just going to deal him. And it just does. And he doesn't really try to get the full market value. The deal just happens. So you really want to kick the tires, whether you want to buy him, you want to sell him. You just want to see what happens. If you want to take advantage of the value now, if it's money printer go burn your league, go do it. If you want to see if you can get him on the cheap still, or if he's more liquid now and you can obtain him better, try and get him. See what happens. But that's something you want to look at. Kick the tires, see what comes back at you. I think you might be surprised in some scenarios when this happens. But Dallas is going to be looking at running back in the NFL draft. They're going to be at least looking at it. If one falls mid-rounds, they're going to pull on the pick. They like to be frugal. History has told us through their drafts is they're more frugal than what the media makes them out to be, especially at the NFL draft time. They're not this team that's bringing Roy Williams anymore, a wide receiver from Detroit. They're not like that as much anymore. They're not swinging for the fences, doing crazy shit anymore. They are a little bit more frugal on the draft than what the media brings out to be. So you're going to have to watch the tea leaves here. Watch them on draft day. This is a good landing spot, a spot you want to watch for these rookie running backs. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Make sure you smash that subscribe button on the way out. It's going to help you build your Dynasty teams, get you ready for the rookie drafts. So I want to thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.